Welcome back to Sledgehammer Horror, guys. I am Ken Sledge,
And I'm Ashley Sledge.
and let's talk horror. So today we are joined by the amazing Amie Donald. Amie, how you doing today?
I'm great, thank you. How are you?
We're
We
good.
we are so honored to have you back
We are,
here.
yes.
So for those of you that don't know, Amie is the body behind Megan,
Mhm.
and all the stunts, all the practical stuff
All the great
was
dance
done
moves.
by you.
Yes.
So, what was it like for you? How excited were you to get back out there and play Megan again for Megan 2.0?
I was so excited when I got the call saying that there was a second movie because I just couldn't believe that I would be able to do it again because the first movie was so amazing. And so I was so honored to be brought back for the second movie.
Mhm. And they brought you back in a very intelligent way.
Yes, because obviously you grew a little bit, so Megan had to become a little bit taller. So yes, they really did. That was awesome. So how do you get into character to become Megan?
I feel that when I'm on set, once I put the costume on and I put the mask on, I feel like I am sort of her because on
Yeah.
the first I was 11 years old, so I was a bit younger. So we did this thing called building blocks, and I would have to like build basically Megan. So I would start with my feet, that's the first level, and then I would go up my body and get my arms to look like hers. And this time around though, we were discussing how we wanted her to move because this time she's a lot more human-like with the way that she moves. She's a lot more sassy. So we discussed how that was going to be like, and on set, the director would be like, "Oh, I want more sass," and we just add it when we're there. And so that was so cool.
That is great.
And it's amazing because yes, Megan is a doll, but you are Megan. And I
Yeah.
don't think that you and Jenna, obviously, in the back and forth between what you guys are able to bring.
Mhm.
Do you and Jenna have you guys ever gotten to like be together and hang out, or was it mostly just like you doing the body work, her doing the voice work, and you guys not really seeing each other?
Well, on set, we didn't see each other because Jenna never came on set because we were filming in New Zealand and she
Mhm.
lives in America. So she did all of her like voiceover. I'm pretty sure she did it all in America. So unfortunately, we never got to see her on set. But at the premiere, I got to see her again and it was so cool to see her again. I was so happy and she did an amazing job.
Yeah.
That's awesome. The two of you bring her to life,
Yes,
and that's amazing.
without Jenna and without Amie, there is no Megan.
Right.
You can't replace either one of you. Like it's you guys are such a great team to bring Megan to life.
So, Amie, how would you say your experience on set is compared to the first Megan? Was it any different? Now you're a little older.
I think that it definitely was a bit different because this time I had a lot of training. Even before the movie started, we were doing a lot of training. And on the last one, I feel that there wasn't as much training as there was on this one because obviously this one's more action, but I love it so much. And I mean, we started training like I guess 2 weeks before, and I was doing things like Muay Thai training, kickbox training, Wing Chun training and like stunt training on the wires, and so it was so much fun.
Hmm.
And if you guys aren't following Amie on Instagram, we have that link in the description, and
I
you can
love.
see some of the behind the scenes of her being on the stunt wires and doing the training and stuff. And we're watching, and we're
I'm
just like,
like,
look
I was
at
like,
her.
she's so cool. Like you're so cool. I wish I was that cool.
Right. Like, well, I mean, we're sitting there watching. It's just like, I mean, like trying to keep the cursing to an absolute minimum, but you are a little badass.
Oh,
And like
yes.
watching you do these things on your own, things that me as an almost 40-year-old man, I would be terrified.
Yes.
And you do it like it's second nature. And it's such watching you grow from the first movie, even as a human being that we've gotten to get to know and
Yeah.
care about, and watching you become the young lady you're becoming and coming into your own and doing these stunts and doing all this stuff. We're so proud of
We
you
are
and the
very
steps
proud
that
of
you've
you.
taken to become this amazing young little badass.
Yes.
Thank you.
So how when you were on set with all of, your old crew, like how excited were you to see everybody again?
The first day back on set was definitely one of my favorites because all of the cast was back together, and even most of the crew from the first movie was on the second movie. So that was so much fun being able to be back with everybody. It's like reuniting a big family because you get so close with everybody on set, and so they become your family. And so it was great to see everyone again. So the first day back was definitely one of my favorites.
Aw,
I think that's one of the reasons why we loved Megan 2.0 so much is because you had a
you
lot of the
felt it,
same
yeah.
people that were involved, and it was a very logical way for the story to go. Now, we're asking you these questions. Now I want to have a little fun with you here for a second, Amie. Now that Blumhouse has bought the rights to Saw, we've heard rumors that maybe they'd like to do a Megan and a Saw crossover. And obviously, we've always heard the Megan and Chucky crossover
Yeah.
rumors, but now we're in a production meeting, right? And I come to you and I say, Amie, you get to choose any franchise out there, any horror franchise in the world, you get to cross over with Megan. What franchise do you think you would want to cross over with into the Megan universe?
I think that's a very difficult question. I would either say oh, I reckon maybe Annabelle. I think that would be cool.
Oh, Annabelle versus Megan.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
that would be cool. Or even I'm a big fan of the Terrifying movies, so maybe Art the Clown.
Oh,
the little pale girl and
yeah,
Megan together,
that
or
would be
Art the Clown,
awesome.
because that would be a good team up.
Yeah.
Art the Clown and Megan. I hope you guys are listening, David, Howard Thornton. Hey, we're trying to make this, we're trying to breathe this into existence. So,
Yeah.
I just thought, obviously you're going to get the Chucky and Megan thing because they're both killer dolls. And like I
Right.
said, we've seen the rumors of, would Saw and Megan crossover happen. So I just wondered, I wonder who Amie would like to cross over with. And those are two great answers because Megan versus Annabelle, that would be a lot of fun too.
That
That
would
writes
be.
itself,
Yeah,
you know.
that would be awesome. So, Amie, what is next for you? Do you have anything coming up that you can talk about that you're a part of?
We know that NDAs
Yeah.
exist, so you can't say too much, but is there anything that you can tell us you're going to be doing?
I mean, I definitely enjoy doing my conventions, so I want to do a lot more of those.
Yeah.
I have something coming up that unfortunately I can't say anything about it, but I will definitely be doing some conventions because I love them so much.
Yeah, that's exciting. And then all the fans can come and meet you. I know a lot of people that are excited to meet you.
And we
Yeah.
can't say that. We can announce it. Amie is going to be a part of Horror Hound Weekend in
Yeah.
September in Cincinnati. So a lot of the cast from Megan 2.0 is going to be there. So if you haven't gotten the chance to meet her and her amazing family, strong recommend. They
Mhm.
are the kindest people. And we are so happy they're going to be back across the pond
Yes.
for that. I think that's something that's going to be really amazing. So, we've talked a lot about Megan 2.0. We've talked about what you have coming up next, and it's really just one of those things where you are still a very young lady. So, how are you able to take this all in and make time for all these amazing things that you're doing?
I mean, definitely on set, they make sure that I'm still getting what I need. So I still have schooling on set, unfortunately, but you have to do it. But they always make sure that I'm up to date with everything. And I have a certain amount of time on set that I have to get my schoolwork done. And
Very
it's
important.
Mhm.
yeah, it is very important. And whenever I go overseas, my school is very supportive, which is great. So
That's
they will just send me the work that I need to do, and then I will do it when I've got time.
right. Now, one last question for you, and I don't know if you can answer this. So if you can't, we totally understand. We totally respect that. It was just announced the director of the movie said that they are going to release a different cut of Megan 2.0. Have you heard about they're doing this alternate cut that they're releasing? Can you talk about that at all?
No, I actually had no idea that they were gonna do that.
Okay. See, we'll leave that alone because,
Yeah.
like I said, I'm not trying to get anybody in trouble, but we seen that they were planning to release a different cut of the movie, and I'm very excited to see the type of direction that they could go with that because I really think this was the logical way to go.
Yeah.
When you look at what Megan did, it was such an influence, especially on young girls.
Yeah.
Young girls gravitated towards this movie. So what are we going to do for a second movie? Let's make her our anti-hero,
Mhm.
so to speak. So what was it like for you to kind of play the hero in this movie?
When I read the script, I was so excited. I mean, I could not be happier to be playing a hero this time.
Mhm.
But It was so cool because this time we had the Amelia robot and
Mhm.
played by Ivana. And Amelia is so mean, but Ivana on set was so lovely and she was the sweetest person ever. And so I felt like when you're on set and you're acting and you've got these two characters that are supposed to hate each other, and then when the camera cuts and we're besties, like
Yeah.
it was so fun, definitely.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And we can't wait. Remember, guys, go out, see Megan 2.0.
Yes.
Let's get we need a trilogy here.
We do.
We need a trilogy, and we got to have Amie back to do this trilogy, guys. So make sure, you're supporting horror movies. It's such a great movie, and we took our daughters to see it,
We did.
and they loved it. They
Yes.
had such a good time.
Our youngest dressed up like Megan. She was all
She dressed
for
up
it.
like Megan for the movie. We went and she was dressed up like Megan for the movie. So, Amie, we want to thank you one last time for taking the time out to come out and hang out with us. And
No, thank you for having me.
oh, you and your family mean so much to us,
We're
and
glad to call you guys friends.
we are very, very excited to see what's coming up next for you. I know I said it a little earlier, guys, but we do have Amy's Instagram down in the description. Please make sure you're following that, 'cause you get a bunch of awesome behind the scenes stuff that you can't see anywhere else until physical release, obviously.
Right.
But make sure you're checking that out. It's going to put you in awe just like it did us. Amie, please don't go anywhere. We got a couple more questions for you. Everyone else, as always, if you haven't already, please like, comment, and subscribe. It does help build the channel more than you know. And follow Sledgehammer Horror on social media. Those links are in the description as well. But until next time, keep talking horror,
Stay who you are.
and we'll see you guys soon.